Okay, living environment fans, remember we used indicators, Benedict's solution, right? This was blue and it changed color in the presence of monosaccharides. And then we also used iodine, which was kind of this orangey reddish brown, and it changed dark black in presence of polysaccharides. So these are indicators. In our next lab, in this lab, we're going to be doing using some different indicators, right? It's cool. It's just using chemistry. When there's a chemical reaction that causes a change, that's an indicator of certain chemicals being there or not being.
All right.
Hey now.
Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class.
You might learn a ton.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
It's interesting too.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
And he's super cool.
It's Mr. Kovacs class.
So we're going to use indicators to tell us how many, basically how many hydrogen protons or cations there are in a solution. And we're going to use two different things I got at the grocery store. BEET. We'll make some borscht after this. And standard red cabbage. Right? So I'm gonna cook up some beet juice and some cabbage juice, and we'll find that those two juices will be indicators of the amount of hydrogen cations in a solution. Or in other ways, it'll tell us how acidic the solution is. All right, so in the lab today, everybody's gonna do the lab. You'll need 2 test tubes. So I've got some racks of test tubes over here. And then I have, back at the back table here, I've got, of course, my beet juice and my cabbage juice labeled. I've got a couple of, all right, should be labeled. Oh, that one needs to be labeled. Cabbage juice, beet juice. Okay, beet juice. Juice and cabbage juice. Those are our indicators. And then I'll have up in the front of the room the compounds that you're going to test. All right, and so on each one I label them clearly with what chemical, at least the chemical formula. So this is Na2CO3, what we call sodium bicarbonate. Oh no, sodium carbonate. This is sodium bicarbonate. Calcium carbonate. Anyway, salicylic acid. All right, and so that's you're gonna test, I think I have 12 things. You need to test 10 of them and come up with their pH. So a little Bellringer review. What is pH measuring anyway? The pH is a log scale. What does that mean? If something is a pH of 2, how does it compare to something that is a pH of 3? And pH, of course, 7 is what we call neutral. What's the pH of things that are acids? What's the pH of things that are bases? You should be able to answer all those things, and then today we'll test a bunch of different chemicals and figure out their pH using beet juice and cabbage juice as indicators.